Hello everyone! So I hope everyone's doing well in isolation, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are. Hopefully it won't be on too much longer, but today I thought I've been neglecting my YouTube a little bit because I've been just streaming like non-stop since I've been home. So I thought let's do an updated tattoos and piercings video, since I literally looked back and I haven't done one for like 3 years, I think. Yeah, I thought let's do an updated one because I've gotten a hell of a lot more tattoos since. I haven't really gotten any more piercings, but I thought I would do still a little rundown on my piercings, but it's just going to be like a quick I've got this and that, because I have lots and lots of in-depth videos that are probably quite old now, but they still have a lot of useful information on them for people that are interested in obviously getting these piercings. So I will link all my like tattoos and piercings playlist down below, as well as links to obviously the piercing videos and stuff to give you guys a more in-depth knowledge, I guess, of the individual piercings, as it's not even really fresh in my mind anymore because a lot of my piercings I got when I was very young, when I was like a teenager, so a lot of it I don't even remember. So I will link those down below, and obviously if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask in the comments as well and I will respond. So I think first of all I'm going to do the whole piercing side of it. Also my pugs are next to me, so you might hear them snoring a little bit because they are very sleepy. So yeah, I'll go through piercings. I'll try and go in as much order as I can, but it's obviously kind of hard to like remember exactly what order I had them in. So let's do piercings first. Okay, so first piercings I got my ears pierced, obviously not stretched at first. I got my ears pierced when I was a little girl. I can't remember how old I was, maybe like 7 or 8. And I have now stretched them to 25 millimeters. I've had them like this for many years now. I haven't sized up or shrunk them down or anything. I'm quite happy with them at this size. I feel like a lot of people I've known like have gotten really fed up of their stretched ears and have shrunk them down and everything. I still personally love mine. I love collecting plugs. Like I've got my stone ones in right now. I love my ears stretched and I have no plan on getting them surgically fixed or anything. I still really like my stretched ears. They're literally no issue to me these days. I just literally sleep without my plugs in. Most of the time, to be honest, I'm home, I don't have my plugs in. And they never tend to size down or anything like that. And then obviously I just wear my jewelry during the day if I'm going out or filming or doing whatever. But yeah, they're super comfortable. Love them, have no issues with them. And yeah, I stretched them or started stretching my ears probably when I was like 17, 18 maybe, and obviously gradually built up to this size. Next thing I probably got done was my nose piercing. I think I was probably like 15 or 16 when I got my nose pierced. I got it done in Australia in like, I think it was like a hair house warehouse, and they pierced it with like a piercing gun, which I know these days is really frowned upon. But when I first got it done, I used to have issues with it at school because obviously I used to have to take the jewelry out all the time and put a clear stud in and all this stuff. But these days I literally have no issue with it. I think I could probably take my jewelry out and I don't think it would close up, to be honest. I usually wear a hoop these days, however I do sometimes switch it up for a stud. And yeah, no issues with my nose piercing. It's probably a piercing that I'll keep forever. I think it's super cute. And yeah, I love it, got no issues with it. And pain wise, I don't think it was that painful at all. What would be kind of next? I guess I'll show you I've got my seconds kind of done. I used to have my seconds a bit lower and these ones, but obviously since I stretched my ears bigger, I had to kind of retire the one that was actually in the second spot, if that makes sense. So I've got just like a normal ear piercing up by here as well. I just actually have like normal kind of nose studs, silver nose studs in my ears for these. I pierced them myself, which obviously I don't condone, but didn't have any issues with it. I bought a piercing gun and did them myself when, again, I was really young and stupid. So yeah, I've got like 2 ear piercings. I would love to get more ear piercings, but to be honest, I'm so lazy these days when it comes to getting piercings and that done. But I do think it's cool having loads of ear piercings, so maybe one day I would get more. Next thing, I think the next thing I got was my frenulum piercing. I literally did like a 5-year update on this. God, how long ago was it? I'm gonna look on my phone. 2017, so that means I've had my frenulum piercing for 8 years now, which is actually crazy. When I first got this piercing done, I kind of read up about it, and it's technically a surface piercing, so it's not supposed to last very long. It's supposed to naturally reject, and I still have mine in, what did I say, 8 years on, which is crazy. So that, if you don't know, is my tongue web piercing under my tongue. Like this. Like I said, if you want more in-depth information, or if you want to see it more close up, you can check out my numerous frenulum piercing videos that I did years ago, because I got more information on those. Honestly, it did not even hurt getting it done. The only thing I remember that was annoying with this is the clamp on my tongue, because I've got a really short tongue. I couldn't like really stay still, and she couldn't pull my tongue out long enough to get the needle in, but we got there in the end. I've downsized the jewelry once, but I haven't ever since, and to be honest, I'll probably just leave this in until it ever naturally rejects. Yeah, I don't have any issue with it. The bar is slightly long now because obviously my frenulum isn't as prominent as it used to be, if that makes sense, but it's still tight in there, and I still like it. To be honest, I forget it's there half of the time. Okay, so I got my septum piercing done in 2013, so again, I've had it for a very long time. Again, no issues with it. I changed the jewelry out quite a lot. Like, I've got this big I don't even know what you want to call this, jewelry in. I like to wear quite funky, like septum rings in it. I've got like a crystal one as well, and yeah, I love my septum piercing still. If I ever want to hide it, I just flip my retainer that I've got up my nose, like for when I go to work, for example, and yeah, and then when I'm off, I have my pretty septum jewelry in. I do want to get more septum jewelry, to be honest. Yeah, because it's always fun to have fun septum jewelry. My septum probably hurt the most out of all my piercings, but again, it didn't hurt. Don't like think that I'm saying it hurt at all, because it didn't really, but I think that one made my eyes water the most. But again, I've had no issues with it. It healed really easily, to be honest. I got this done as well when I was at school, and again, you could just easily flip the ring up your nose, so it was really easy to hide if you are at school. But yeah, no issues with it. It wasn't really painful, but like I said, it probably made my eyes water the most out of all my piercings, and yeah, got no plan on retiring it just yet. I still really enjoy my septum, and yeah, I love it. And then obviously, last but not least, are my cheek piercings. I think that's all my piercings, which I still love very dearly. Again, I'm gonna look. I'm sure I've had these for 7 years now. Yeah, so I did my last update for my cheek piercings in 2018, so was that 5 years? So yeah, it's been 7 years now since I got my cheeks pierced. I don't have any issues with them to date. It's a very tedious piercing when you first get it. I remember I had swollen cheeks for many months, really long bars. You have to gradually downsize, so it's definitely not a piercing for the faint heart, because obviously, number one, it's very visible, and number two, it's a very long healing process. I think it took years before my cheeks were fully healed, because they used to be in good nick, and then someone would knock my cheek or something, and I could get like I'd get a skin bump or something on them. So they do require a lot of care. But now we are many years in, was it 7 years in, and I never ever get issues with them. I don't ever really take them out because they do close up very fast. So that is one thing. If I do retire them, like when I've changed the bars in the past, they will close up so quickly. So yeah, it gives you permanent dimples as well. So when I smile, these dimples aren't the bars pulling my cheeks. When you get cheek piercings, it actually kills the tissue in your cheeks, which then leaves you with permanent dimples. So that's also something to keep in mind. But I always wanted dimples. I love the look of dimples, and because I've always had a really round, chubby face, I just think, in my personal opinion, that they suit me, and I like having dimples, and I probably will retire them one day, but I still love them at the moment, and I have no plans to. Yeah, I love them, and yeah, like I said, just a very tedious piercing. So if you do decide to get them, it takes a lot of work, but now we're 7 years in, I never ever have an issue with them. Yeah, always obviously keep very orally hygienic. I use lots of mouthwash, and make sure you brush your teeth twice a day, as you should anyway, to be honest, just obviously to keep them in good nick. But other than that, I don't have issues with them, and that is all of my piercings. Like I said, I will link my piercings playlist down below if I can, or I will link the videos individually if you guys want any further information on them, on things that I missed, because I have done individual videos on my piercings going more in depth about getting them pierced and healing and everything like that. I just realized Vlad is snoring really loud, so you can probably hear him, so sorry about that. But yeah, that's all my piercings, and let's get on to tattoos. Okay, so this video is obviously going to be quite long. I'm going to try and be as quick as I can, so I hope you guys don't mind. My first tattoo that I ever got, I'm trying to go in order here, but because like I'm 25 now, I've been getting tattoos for quite some years, I've kind of forgotten the orders that I got them in, so I tried to remember as much as I could. So hopefully they're in the right order. If not, I guess it doesn't really matter which order I showed you in. But my first tattoo I got on, I'm pretty sure it was like my 18th birthday. I was desperate to get this tattoo. I'd planned it for a long time, and I love it. It's literally one of my favorite tattoos that I've got. Ignore as well, I've got a burn on my wrist from where I put my hand in the oven the other day without an oven glove, stupidly. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a scar there at the moment. It will go away. But yeah, I love this. I kind of had a plan of it obviously trailing off from my hand around my wrist, and I just love how it turned out. I get a lot of compliments on this piercing, especially because I work with dogs. A lot of people assume that because I got the job that I have, that I got the piercing because of the tattoo because of that, but that wasn't the case. I literally got this as my first tattoo as soon as I was 18, and I love it. I've got no regrets. It could probably do with a little touch up now, because obviously it's many years in, so I would like to get them gone over again, but to be honest, I think they've lasted really well. They're still really black, but I do have some like dog scratch marks and stuff through them that I would like to eventually get touched up, but it's a classic. I don't think I will ever regret this piercing. Again, it's something very true to my heart, because I love animals, I love dogs, and yeah, this one is probably one of my only really meaningful tattoos. I absolutely love this one. My next one I got was again another kind of meaningful one at the time, but it still is meaningful. I got this one here. I have done close-ups as well, obviously you guys will see. Some of them were really hard to film because of weird angles on my body, so the close-ups might not be the best, but obviously I'll try and show you as good as I can. But yeah, I got this one here on my forearm, inner forearm, and this one is just a treble clef, which is a music note in a frame, and it's got this kind of pink to blue ombre to it, and in the background they kind of faded now. You've got other music notes as well, but yeah, this is my second tattoo. I think I probably got this when I was 18 as well, and I really like this one as well. Still don't regret it. I don't really do as much musically anymore than I used to do. I used to actually be a singer-songwriter, and it was something that I was very passionate about in my teen years, and I still love music. Music is everything to me. I really sit strongly with music, although I don't perform or sing anymore. or write music, I still adore music, and this is still a big part of my life because it reminds me of my teen years when I was really passionate about writing and singing, and yeah, it gives me a lot of good memories and also obviously represents my love for music. So this one is really meaningful to me, and again, I don't think I'll ever regret it. I could probably do with getting a touch up again in a couple of years for it, but yeah, it's one I think I'll definitely stick with forever. So I think my next one was this one up here on my upper arm or shoulder. I also have a bit of a tan right now. I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, but Chloe is browner than she usually is. Ignore the dogs barking as well, they just heard someone downstairs. So this is my, I'm trying to contort my body, my 3 roses, which I still love and I will always love. Super pretty ombre yellow and pink roses. Yellow roses are my absolute favorites, and roses are my favorite flower. So I love this piece. Again, it could probably do with a little touch up here and there, which I probably will eventually get done, but I love the color of the leaves. They are a really nice teal green color. They're super pretty, and again, this is just a classic tattoo. It doesn't really represent anything except the fact that I thought that it was really pretty, and I always loved the look of flowers on the upper arm. You'll notice I have a lot of flowers on me, but yeah, it doesn't represent anything except the fact that I love roses and flowers, and it's super pretty, and I think this is one that will always age really well and just look really nice no matter what age you are. It's just, again, another classic, and I love it. So that is my roses. My next one I got, I'm pretty sure, was my flamingo on my thigh, which again, I can't really show you right now because I'm sat down, but you will see it in the close-up. I absolutely love this one. This was a pre-drawn flash design that I spotted, and I absolutely loved it. I love flamingos. Those of you that follow me on Instagram will see that I literally, well, you can see a flamingo pillar. I got flamingo statues. I love flamingos. I've even got flamingo wallpaper that has just been put up yesterday in my new house, and it just looks incredible. I just feel like I am a flamingo. A flamingo is my spirit animal. I just think they're beautiful. They're such regal, colorful, amazing birds, and I love them. So again, it doesn't have much of a meaning except the fact that I love flamingos. She's wearing a beautiful like headdress on her with like a crystal in it, and we got a beautiful blue rose, which obviously blue roses don't really exist, but we tried to go with like really colorful colors to complement the flamingo. And yeah, I just love how bright this one is, and it's just gorgeous, and it's one of my favorite pieces. So that is my flamingo, and again, I couldn't have gotten a more perfect spot than on my thigh for it. I think it's like the perfect spot for that one. So that's my flamingo. My next one is my mandala on the top of my back, which, to be honest, I forget is there all the time. Like even filming the close-ups for these, I was like, wait, am I forgetting one? And then I just remembered that one on my back. So again, this was a pre-drawn flash design as well, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The artist did a bunch of different mandala designs, and she did 2 which had watercolor splashes over it, and I loved them. And I thought the top of my back would be the perfect spot for it. It's really detailed, really pretty. Mandalas are a classic in the tattoo world, and yeah, it's super pretty, and it's got like a really pretty blue and pink watercolor effect on it, so it's kind of just looks like it's paint splattered on it, which I've actually had. I think it was like my boyfriend, when I first started seeing him, he's like, oh, you know your tattoos run on your back, and I was like, it's meant to look like that. It's meant to look like paint splatters. But again, like I said, I forget it's there half the time, unless when people point it out if I'm wearing like a low top. But it's super pretty. I still love it even though I forget it's there half the time, and yeah, it's really pretty, and I like that it's something different than just your traditional black and white mandala design. It's a little bit more fun, so I love that one. Okay, so I'm thinking my next tattoo is this one right here, if you can see. Again, it's so hard to bend my arms, which is kind of, again, my random piece that I got. It is just a skull with flowers running through it, like a floral headdress, and like the roses going through the skull. This has no meaning except the fact that I really wanted a tattoo at the time, and that was the design concept that I kind of thought up, so I wanted to get done, and I don't regret it. I still love this one. I like this one because it's kind of different time in my life. So back when I had this done, I had my short grey hair and I was going through, I feel like, a bit of a sort of like indie punk sort of phase with my look. So I got a red rose, and obviously I don't really wear red or anything because I'm such a pink person, but I still love it. I love the fact that I've got like a red rose to switch it up on me. We got beautiful flowers, and this is a super traditional design. The artist that does this does really amazing traditional work. All of my pieces are a mixture of like neo-trad and traditional pieces, and to be honest, like I love both art forms of neo-traditional and traditional styles, but I found that I feel like traditional styles, if you love colored pieces, and they last the best. I feel like out of all my tattoos that have aged, I feel like my traditional pieces just look the best. Although I probably always still get neo-traditional and traditional mixed up. I feel like a lot of people stick to one style, but I like the two, and there's nothing wrong with mixing all different tattoo styles on your body, whether you mix black and white work with color work, different styles, like there's no rule to it. So this is one of my more traditional pieces. Again, I love it. It's aged super well. Again, like I said, it's right on my arm, so obviously it goes through a lot of, you know, trauma, I guess, because like I work with dogs, like dogs scratch your arms and your arms are more exposed to the sun and everything. And again, I love this piece, don't regret it at all, even though it was a bit more of a random one. And I love skulls, I collect skulls, I love flowers, so I guess it means something to me because I like it. But yeah, that's that one. The next one I think I got was this one here, which again is hard to show, but it's a little clam shell. It kind of all looks like one piece here, but it's actually not. It's all tied into one now, but it's not. So it's this little clamshell here, and again, kind of a random design, and it's really pretty. I just love the colors of it. Again, super traditional, so it's like healed really well. It's still super bright and vibrant, and yeah, it doesn't really represent anything. I've always kind of joked, and people have always said you're like a mermaid, so I guess that's kind of another one in reference to kind of my mermaid obsession. That's what I'm gonna say anyway, but again, it was a random one that I just liked and wanted to get, and I don't regret it. I think it's super bright and pretty, and I think it ties in really nicely with my arm pieces, so that's that one. And then I think I got this one next. I might be mixing up the order of these couple, but I'm not entirely sure. But I got these pretty traditional flowers. So we've got a peony and a rose and some kind of daisies next to it. We went for really pretty peachy colors, and again, they've just healed beautifully and they age so well, these traditional pieces. And I kind of got this because when I got the one on the back of my arm, we thought like another one on the opposite side would look quite nice, because obviously your arm's quite bendy. It kind of worked quite well that way. So yeah, again, another basic floral design, but I love flowers, so I love this one. And again, just a classic that's always going to age really nicely. And yeah, I love this one as well. I hope that I'm in focus, because last time I filmed I wasn't in focus. We're literally 25 minutes in and I feel like I've just been rambling. Okay, my next one is my dagger, which goes down my shin, and this is like literally probably my favorite tattoo, or it's hard to rank one as my favorite, but it's probably up there as one of the very top. I love this one. This was a bit of a random one. Again, I just love dagger tattoo designs. They are, again, very traditional. You see them quite a lot in the tattoo world, and I think I'd not long gone through a breakup, and I was looking up daggered hearts and what they represented, and they kind of represent heartache and a broken heart, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And as much as it doesn't represent that for me anymore, I just think it's a beautiful piece. It's really colourful. We went for really bright, colourful vibes that suited me. It's a really big piece, but it literally didn't take long to do at all. I think I was probably sat for 2, maybe 3 hours to do this whole design. We got like some blood splatters, pink blood splatters as well. And again, I love this one. It just ages amazingly. I love traditional styles, especially in pieces like this. Again, probably my favorite piece. It's beautiful. I love it. And yeah, it just is so bright, and it just literally is like me in a tattoo. I adore my dagger. It's amazing. Okay, my next one I got, I think, was my Peter Pan mermaid, which is on my arm here. I love this one so much. She is so pretty. Again, it was like a flash design that I kind of chose her from. There was a couple of Peter Pan mermaids drawn out, and I decided to go for this one. She's the really pretty one that sits on the rock while combing her hair, and I love this one. So pretty. I love Disney films, and I obviously got this because I always wanted to get a mermaid design, and I didn't quite know at the time what sort of mermaid design I wanted. And when I saw this flash, I was like, oh my god, it's Disney and a mermaid all in one. Like, how perfect. So I went for a very forward spot with this one. It's obviously on the front of my forearm, but I freaking love her, and I don't think I will ever regret her. She is so pretty. She is so cute. And yeah, I just think as she ages, I will just always get her touched up. I'd never get her lasered or covered up or anything. She is so cute, and I get a lot of compliments on her. She is adorable. A lot of people though have been like, oh yeah, like from The Little Mermaid. And I'm like, no, it's Peter Pan. She's a Peter Pan mermaid. Do you see Ariel here? No. So yeah, she's one of the cute Peter Pan mermaids. And yeah, I love her. She's so cute. And yeah, again, one of my faves. My next one after this, I'm pretty sure, was my other thigh piece, which is a cat skull. Again, love skulls. I love cats as well as dogs. So yeah, I got my cat skull. Again, it was a pre-drawn design, but I absolutely loved it, and I thought it was the perfect spot to go alongside my other thigh piece. And the skull, it came out so detailed. It's so beautiful. We've got really awesome kind of green and multicolored, like, again, paint splatter kind of design. I love that. I love the messy look that you can make with tattoos, but it makes them look almost like graffiti. I love it. And we've got some dahlias around as well, some pink dahlias. I love the colors of this one. I love, like I said, how detailed the skull is. It's amazing. And like I said, I think it pairs really nicely with my Flamingo. So again, one that I absolutely love and adore. And yeah, couldn't have had a better thigh piece, I don't think. I love this one. And then my next one was my My Little Pony piece, which I absolutely love. Again, probably one of my top favorite tattoos. I feel like I'm saying that for a lot of them, but this one and my dagger are probably like up there as the best. Okay, I got cut off by my camera. But talking about My Little Pony, she is really detailed, really colourful, and I used to love the traditional My Little Ponies growing up. I still do. I have like My Little Pony tops and clothes that I still wear because they are so freaking cute. And I also kind of went for Rainbow Dash because my little sister at the time was obsessed with My Little Ponies, and as much not the traditional ones that I had growing up, the new modern ones, but her favorite was Rainbow Dash. So I was kind of tossing up whether to get Pinkie Pie or Rainbow Dash, and I thought I'd go with Rainbow Dash because obviously she is the most colourful out of all of the ponies. So we went for a traditional Rainbow Dash from old school Rainbow Dash days. And so this one's kind of like one as a montage to my little baby sister, because she loved My Little Pony and this was her favourite pony, but also because I love My Little Ponies, and Rainbow Dash was just so colourful and so pretty, and you guys know I'm a sucker for colour, so love this one. I would so get more My Little Pony tattoos. Again, I get quite a lot of compliments on this one. She's really pretty and really bright and vibrant, and I love her. And again, I'm really happy with the spot I chose. She's just below my knee on my shin, so I've got room to get another piece underneath that, and I don't know, she just really stands out in that spot. So I freaking love her. That's my Little Pony. Then the next piece I got was probably my piece that we were working on the longest, which is my Juniper Fox tattoo. I think I had like 4 sessions for this. It took quite a long time, and it turned out a lot bigger than I kind of first initially planned. I wanted a fox piece here, but we ended up kind of going with a full it's basically like almost a sleeve. I've got still space under here for stuff, but yeah, it's a very big, again, a very colourful piece. This is again based off of Juniper Fox. I wanted a fox tattoo at the time, and what better fox to get than Juniper Fox? If you don't know who Juniper Fox is, she is on Instagram. She is a really famous kind of domestic fox. She's very sassy. She's got a little snaggle tooth as well, which you can kind of see is incorporated in my tattoo. And I just love foxes. I feel like they're such a misunderstood creature, known for like obviously killing and everything, but I see foxes for being really beautiful wild creatures, and I don't know, I just really relate to foxes. I love wildlife, as I said, and yeah, foxes really stick dear to me. I love foxes, and if I could literally have a fox as a pet, which I know isn't really good unless you were rescuing one, but I would totally have a fox. Like, I love them, I adore them, and yeah, couldn't have asked for a better fox tattoo. So we've got loads of different types of flowers. She's again got she's got a tiara on. She's got beautiful beads running through her. We've got loads of flowers around her. We also had some crystals put in because I wanted crystals incorporated in. So we've got yeah, it's just super pretty, really woodlandy, but really colourful as well. I love this tattoo, so beautiful. She's also got a rose, like a little flower through her mouth as well. It's just so cute, so detailed, and it's like an arm piece that I'll love forever. I also love how she's got big paws and claws, so as well as it being very girly and pretty, you can see her like big black paws as well, which also makes it a little bit, I don't know, a little bit gothy and a little bit dark. Like, I love how dark the centerpiece is of my arm. I know a lot of people wouldn't like that, but I love the fact that we've got cuteness as well as some like sharp claws and a bit of in there. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, that again, she is literally probably one of my favorite tattoos as well. I spent a lot of money on her and it took a lot of time and effort, but I'm so happy with how she turned out. So I actually think we are nearly there. My next tattoo that I think I got was my one on the back of my leg, back of my calf, is it? Your calf? I got a Game of Thrones piece. I was super getting into the last season. We all know the last season was super disappointing, but I have such a deep love for Game of Thrones. I've never felt so attached to a TV series ever in my life, and as much as the ending was kind of ruined, it still is very dear to me, and yeah, many good years of my life was spent watching Game of Thrones. So I got the Three-Eyed Raven, which actually worked out pretty good considering he sat on the Iron Throne in the end. Come on. And that I got this before the very endings, just saying. And then we got "The night is dark and full of terrors" written underneath it. I do really like this tattoo. I feel like I'm really happy with the concept and the design, but I think it could have been done a little bit better. Again, not knocking it, I still really like it, but I think it might be also because obviously it's so dark in comparison to some of my other pieces is why I'm not as fond of it as my other tattoos. Again, don't regret it, do really like it, but I think maybe in the future I'd get a bit of rework done to it, just to brighten it up a little bit because it is very dark. But yeah, still like this tattoo, still always will represent Game of Thrones to me, and yeah, come on, massive Game of Thrones nerd, and I would so totally get more Game of Thrones tattoos, or I would still get more tattoos based on TV shows that I love, because why not? Like, I've been thinking lately I want a Stranger Things tattoo. Why not? I love Stranger Things, let's do it. And then my very last tattoo that I got, which was like October last year, I think. It's been a while since I got a tattoo, is on the back of my other leg, my other calf, and it is a pumpkin. Again, it was like a pre-dawn flash design around Halloween, and I love autumn or fall, depending where you're from. It is literally one of my favorite seasons, or it is my favorite season, what am I saying? And I love kind of Halloween time, so I got a really cute little pumpkin with some autumnal leaves around it, and it's really cute, really bright orange and colourful, and I would so get more Halloween flash as well. I loved how this turned out, it's super cute, I love it, and yeah, I can't wait to like build more on my legs around it as well. It's super cute. So yeah, I think that is it for my tattoos. Let me just make sure. Got one one. Oh my god, I just realized I forgot one. I forgot this one. So this I got quite a few tattoos back to what I've just said, but we're gonna throw it in now. How could I forget? Right on my arm as well. I've got this tarot card piece. I've always wanted a tarot card piece as well, so it's one that I'd thought of for many years. And it's the Sun and the Moon tarot card. They just tie in really well together. I feel like quite a few people have kind of had this piece, but I love it. Again, super traditional style, which I love for tarot cards. Sorry, my dogs have just entered the room and they're yawning and snorting around me. But yeah, super colourful. I wanted to fill in quite a lot of the gaps, so I didn't have to fill loads of gaps in between this piece and this piece. So we've got loads of little petals around it, which I absolutely love that he threw that in there. We've got really pretty flowers where the petals are coming from, and the tarot cards, I absolutely love how detailed they are. You've got the beautiful traditional sun face, and we've got the moon as well here. This was quite hard to show in close-up, so again, sorry if you can't see it very well, but yeah, I love this one. Again, I love how vibrant and beautiful it is, and this is just one that's going to age really well because it's that really nice traditional tattoo style as well. So again, one of my favorite tattoos. I love this one. Okay, so now I think I've got all of them. I really hope I've got all of them. Yeah, so I think that's it. So that is it, you guys, for my tattoos and piercings video. Sorry this was such a long one, but as the years go on, these are just going to get longer and longer because I do still plan on getting a lot more tattoos. I think it's going to be kind of on hold a little bit more this year because obviously I'm moving into my own place, so I'm spending a lot of my money on my house, renovations, as well as I'm going to have to buy lots of furniture to finish my house. So I think tattoos are going to be a bit on hold this year because of all of the work that's going to be done in my house, but we definitely will be getting many more. I've got so much more space. I've left this space here because I really want to put something there as well. I got lots of plans and ideas that I want to get done, so we will be getting more. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys found it interesting. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you did. I just felt like it was perfect time to do this since I'm off work and since I've got nothing to film right now, and I feel like everyone loves my tattoos and piercings videos, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and I haven't done one in a long time. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Like I said, there'll be more detailed videos down below if you guys have any queries or questions about my piercings. There'll be more in-depth videos down below as well for you guys. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you like my channel and you like me. I would appreciate that. There'll be links down below to my social networking sites as well. I've been streaming on Twitch like nearly every day lately since I've been off with this coronavirus stuff. So if you guys do want to see me, that's what I've been doing a lot lately, is streaming some games on Twitch, so make sure you check me out on Twitch and follow me on there if you don't already. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying sane. Hopefully this will all be over soon, but I'm sending my love to all of you that have been affected or that are struggling right now during this time. And like I said, if anyone wants to chat or anything, leave a comment down below. I'm always here to talk to if you need. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Take care, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!